Nice little attempt at a tiki-taka play from the Chargers, but that sails out of bounds. Another sub checking in. Lydia Belcher rejoins the contest. She'll jump to that back four. Plenty of soccer on the docket this season, covering a decent amount of teams. Clear Fork, of course, one of them. That's the next soccer game we will be covering next week. It'll be Clear Fork hosting Ashland. Ashland on the 18th. That's the girls' game. And then on Tuesday next week, we'll see Kidron Central Christian play Clear Fork. And the Colts will host again, but with the boys that next time. And then after that, we trade football for a whole lot of football, which is crazy to say, but we've got football on 3 consecutive days for week 1. Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. Of course, week 1 of the season, a lot of teams like to get that extra day or lose that extra day of practice, I guess, and try to play a little early. I know I will be covering Colonel Crawford as they go to take on Fairbanks. I believe Mohawk is also playing Calvert, as here's a shot just inside the box that's deflected. Good collapse from the Crestview defense there. And then that other game, I had to look it up, but River Valley is playing on Thursday night. They will travel to Elgin. Ball played through. This will be a tight situation in the box. Cross just behind the intended target. And a deflection and shot will go sail to the right. And a nice little look there for Edison results in a goal kick. Over 20 minutes in, still no score between Edison and Crestview. Of course, we've been talking about football. Season will start for Crestview at Seneca East next Friday. Back into the box goes Edison. Pass back. That one curled off of the upright and out of bounds, but it was a solid look. Probably the best look we've seen today from Edison. Trying to curl that one goalwards. That goes and sails just high. Nice solid movement here in the last 30 seconds from Edison as that one's cleared away. And the defense looks like they'll just let that roll out and take the long throw in. Starting to see more connection out of these passes from both teams. Crestview holds with Addie Klein. Kicks it up forward, and the goalkeeper for Edison have an easy scoop in the box. Rogers directing traffic. That bounces just over a Crestview Cougar perfectly for the Chargers. They'll play one up ahead. Heater can't get there in time, but Crestview loses it out of bounds. As this ball goes out of bounds and Edison threatens, we look in live over at the tri-match on that we have Travis Berardi sent to cover today. They just finished up set number 1, and I believe I saw the Cubs take set 1. Yeah. And on our schedule, it said the game was at Northmore. The tri-match was at Northmore, but it actually is at the Cub Cave at Lucas. It's the third year. It's the third year they've had that tri-match, and they had year 1 at Northmore. Year 2 was at Clear Fork last season, and then this was the final one, the ending of the saga at Lucas. So the Cubs, I like them this year in volleyball, just like I like both of these teams here in soccer today competing, as Crestview gets rid of any sort of threat, just kicking that out of bounds for now. Another clearance that time by base. Ton of Cougars collapsing to get that ball back, and they get it out of that corner. But the Chargers still persistent. Just trying to figure out a way to get it back to where it was in the first 10, I'd say first 10 minutes of this game. The Cougars had their foot on the gas pretty much the entirety of the beginning. Right before that hydration break, things have started to flip a little bit, and Edison's starting to get comfortable. Another throw in here from Evelyn Hill. She looks to go long, finds her target, gets it back, and plays it towards the middle. Good opportunity. Joy Jordan passes it forward. Ritchie lets it go, gets it right back. Backpedaling are the Chargers. Out wide, this is Heater, who is dispossessed. Some groans from Edison's side. Thought there was a foul in there, but the Chargers will get it back on another throw. Nice little crowd today for Edison, and that's kudos to the boys soccer team, who I imagine, just like Clear Fork last night when we were at Madison, traveled up with the girls today, because it's not something that both teams get to do often, is to watch each other. But the boys have gotten to take in some of the girls' action here this morning. I see a few of the boys for Crestview in the stands, but it doesn't look like they're there as a team quite yet. Would imagine that they're probably out in the back practicing. That's what my producer said, at least. But we'll have to dig out, look for them here in the second half. Bays takes it away and gives it right back to Edison. Possession getting awfully close to 50-50 here in this first half. Hill able to win the 50-50 ball and get out of danger. That hits off a Cougar knee. Long, quick throw in. And with some pace, Gia Heater sends it forward and that one intercepted. Chargers on the run again. Nearing 30 minutes played. A couple subs. Getting some rest will be Bristol Collins. She'll go back to the bench. 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Still no score. Crestview 0 and Edison as well 0. Bright directs traffic, lobs one over the top. Here's a threatening opportunity for Olivia Grant. She's behind the defense. Shot is saved. Rogers able to get in there and use her body well to keep it 0-0. Another look at this. Grant was looking for her first goal of the season, but not so fast, says Rogers. Giveaway in the midfield yet again for both teams. And now Lindsay Bright backtracking on a ball. Curls one towards the middle. That will roll out of bounds. Another sub coming in for Edison. Looks like it will be Kaylin Dickman returning to the game. Freshman for freshman. Hill will go to the bench. Cougars, nice key win. Crosses one in the box, nothing doing. Clearance isn't too great. Left-footed shot. Easy one for Rogers again. Crestview defense holds on to it a little too long. It rolls out on him. And the Chargers inching forward. Here with 7.5 to go in the first half. Lesniak looked like she was trying to go goalwards, but got bumped and ended up kicking it just wide, but no foul. Grant being a pest for Crestview. Was nearly able to win something against the back four. And it looked like there was advantage being played, but Edison took over and a foul was called on them, so Crestview gets it back right at midfield. big windup here on this kick. Hickey boots it downfield. That'll go over everybody's head. And Grant gets to the end of it just before it gets out. Crosses one right out to the Chargers. Switching field balls ends up at the feet of Joy Jordan. Nice touch to the right, keeps it in bounds. Now it'll deflect out. Chargers will throw, but first some more subs. Hill returns to the action. As does Heater, Ellie Heater. Nice turn. Jordan gets past the initial marker. She'll send one up ahead, but a nice anticipation by Hickey for the interception. Up the middle it goes again. Jordan a heavy touch. Careens back to the Chargers. And in some space now. Kaylin Dickman passes ahead, and now a deflection ends up in the hands of the keeper, Heatrick. Jordan holding on to the soccer ball, and her pass taken away. Ends up staying with Edison. Backline of Crestview stout so far. Haven't given up anything blatant yet as Hickey clears. Foot race to the ball, not going to be in time. So that'll roll just out of bounds over the line. And Hill looking to throw quickly. Just 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Still no score. Jordan tripped up. Foul go on Bays. Free kick. A decent spot. I'll set it at about the 23-yard line. Another crisis averted for Crestview. Minute and a half to go here in the half. Ball chipped over top. This one spilled. Good opportunity for Edison. Another deflection. Extra pass. Jordan's shot saved. Heatrick spilled her first attempt to try and grab that ball, but was able to bounce back, just keep with the play, and make another nice save. Hill fighting to keep it in. She does, and it's last off Crestview as it goes out. Her quick throw stays on this side of the field. Edison has it again. 30 seconds to go here in the half. Another forward effort. Jordan gets past Bays. Looking for something here at the end of the first half. Some dramatics with 10 to go. Ritchie's dispossessed. This will roll out of bounds, and it looks like that is going to do it for the first half. No throw will get down. Referee blows his whistle, and we stay scoreless as we head to the halftime break. Edison and Crestview battling here in game one of a doubleheader on Saturday morning. We'll be back with your halftime show live and free on the OH Report.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Girls Live and Free High School Soccer is brought to you live and free by these wonderful sponsors. Sutton Bank, earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Simonson Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. By the Crestview Athletic Boosters Club, proudly serving Cougar athletics for more than 40 years. Go Cougars! Northwestern Mutual Financial Services. For a better way to money, contact financial reps Jalen Reese and wealth management advisor Mike Cohen at your local Mansfield office. We'll be back with the second half and your halftime stats and analysis with Jonathon Langdon, live and free from Scott Bailey Memorial Field in Olivesburg. It's live and free girls high school soccer, and it'll be right back.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Time for your halftime show as both teams make their way back out to the field. Brought to you by Sutton Bank. Tie game so far, 0-0 between the Lady Chargers and the Lady Cougars. And you see the numbers. They indicate just exactly what you would expect out of a 0-0 game. Very even possession. Shots are pretty close as well. And also fouls. It's been a fairly clean game. Leading up to this, of course, Crestview has one of the cards, or the only card of this game thus far, on a little shove to the back on Joy Jordan. I believe it was Devin Hickey that picked up that card. But outside of that, clean game, nice and even. We saw Crestview kind of dominate the first 10 to 15 minutes, and then it kind of evened out as the game continued to go on. And now we'll see Crestview kick things off here for the second half, as Lydia Belcher waits to get us going again. Second half action. Lady Chargers looking for their first win of the season on the road. Cougars want to welcome in the new year with our first OH Port broadcast of Cougar Athletics with a win of their own. Last two doubleheaders we've seen in soccer were yesterday, and the schools were able to split in both of those. Madison won and Clear Fork won one of those doubleheaders, and then it was Ashland and Ontario who were also able to split. So if that trend continues, both schools are going to have to be feeling pretty good coming out of today. Throw back in, Bays falls to the floor, and it looks like we'll see no whistle, and they'll just keep playing. Edison doing a much better job in the last couple of moments. Passing between each other, direct passing, especially in the back with their defenders as this ball trickles out of bounds. This ball down the middle taken away by Crestview, as we now see another update with Travis over at the Cougars Den, and Colts are a point away from taking set 2 and evening that series up. See a early substitution here at Edison, and Evelyn Hill returns to the contest. But I believe in try matches the games are to 3 the games are to 2 rather than to 3. And the Colts did just finish that one up, and they win the second set, so they're going to a decisive third set. So just letting you know, that third set going to be nice and exciting. To 15, you can watch that on your phone. Tune in. Continue to tune in here on the TV. Getting towards crunch time in both sides. Chargers working right to left now. Cougars in black. Crestview in black. Starting to feel the elements now. 80 degrees at the start of this second half. Earlier on in this game, we were getting a wicked deflection from the roof of the elementary school across the way. But that has subsided. Another ball rolls out of bounds, and it'll be a corner this time. So Edison with an opportunity to strike. It'll be their third corner of the game. Set to take it is Ritchie. Curls it in with the right. Ball spilled over towards goal, but a crucial goal line save made by Devin Hickey. Backing up our goalkeeper. Another chance. Ritchie deflects it off of the Cougars. Here's another look. We'll see corner number 4 as another spill and a goal line clearance from Devin Hickey keeps this knotted at 0. Chargers will do it again. Another curl. This one further away. Deflection from Crestview careens right to Jocelyn Hetrick. An attempted knee clearance, fortunately for Crestview, goes up in the air enough so the freshman could be ready for it in goal. But definitely could have been a lot worse. Ball played through. Rogers wants none of that, clears it away. Edison on the move again. Lady Chargers last season as they look to build forward, and there could be something here. But a nice intervention again by Hickey to take that away. Edison last year, 8-8-1. They started their season on a 2-game losing streak, losing to Oak Harbor and Eastwood. They lost those games a combined score of 13-3. But then they were able to bounce back and win 6 of their next 7. And that started with a win over Upper Sandusky, and it just started to build up from there. And that was pretty much the grunt of the winning they did was towards that first half of the season outside of those first 2 games. And then after that, they went on a stretch where they lost 3 of their next 4. They tied the next game, then they won their final game of the year and lost the last 2. One of which being that opening round playoff game. Long ball to the box, taken away by the Cougars. And then on the inverse for Crestview last year, they also lost their season opener. They lost to Port Clinton, the team that, in fact, knocked out Edison a season ago in the tournament. But then they beat Loudonville 2-0. They went and beat Clyde 7-1 and won 3-2 over Mapleton to make that a 3-game winning streak. That was their longest winning streak of the year. Tied the next 2, lost the next 3, and then they won 3 of the next 4, tying the one they didn't win. And then after that, they lost 3 of their last 4 and just kind of ran out of gas towards the end of 2024. They didn't score very many goals last year, but they didn't give up too many. Their goal differential was -5, giving up 31 compared to the 26 they scored. And so far, that trend continuing here in a scoreless game with pretty much 8 minutes gone. Ball up ahead, chance for Grant yet again in the box. Shot with the left. That one misses. Just couldn't get it back on frame with her weak foot. But not too shabby of a build-up from Crestview, and that's their second opportunity where they've gotten past the defense, just couldn't capitalize. Next couple games for Crestview after this one, they'll play Loudonville next week. on the 19th. That is a Tuesday. It's an away game, and then they'll also play on the road at Robert Bishop Stadium at Clyde. That on Thursday, and then Saturday they'll be right back here to take on Northwestern. You kind of go down the line. Shelby, always a formidable foe in all sports. Soccer no different, as this one's lobbed and hit off the crossbar. Nearly saw our tie broken. Another look at the shot. This one from Addie Klein. Just missed. Had the keeper fooled that time. Probably the nicest feeling moment of the day right now for everybody in attendance. There are some clouds covering the sun for just a little bit. This ball takes a wicked deflection off of Edison. Across the way, we see Edison Chargers boys soccer team warming up. And my producer, Adam, pointing me towards the scoreboard on the right side of your screen. That's where the Crestview boys are getting stretched out, as both of those teams will battle it out at the end of this game. On the schedule, it's set to start at noon. Might end up being a little bit later than that. Another turn opportunity. Joy Jordan shoots towards goal, but it's scooped up by Hetrick. We stay scoreless. 29 minutes to go. Nice battle between senior and freshman. Ultimately won by the upperclassman, who takes it the other way. Not a whole lot of support. She'll cross it in anyways. And that one is cleared out of bounds. If you missed our pregame show for Crestview, we told you that they return, Crestview, 3 of their top 5 goal scorers. In fact, number 1 and 5 are the ones that graduated last year. Still have Grant, Hickey, and Bright. Corner opportunity for the Cougars. Addie Klein will line it up. Left-footed cross, low to the ground. Dealt with nicely. Second cross. This one lobbed over the top. And the Chargers take care of business on that occasion. A lot of backspin on that ball. Chargers keep it nonetheless. A lot of scoring returns on the Crestview side of things, but it's a very different story for Edison, where they lose Amelia Chartrand, who scored 31 of their 58 goals. And that's kind of where the offensive struggles today come from. But that could be broken here. In over the top, no flag. Shot is missed to the left. A whole lot of contact, too. No call, and it's going to be a goal kick. Substitution will make their way on for Crestview, but the shot there by Emma Lesniak ends up being wide despite a lot of contact, no call. Tight set number 3 over at Lucas. Cubs trying to hold on and get their first win of the season here at Crestview. Another opportunity, and Lesniak hits the deck again as Hickey makes another crucial stop. Just a little bit too much off the chest. Had to run and try to get back to the ball. This will go out for a corner. Already the 4th corner of the half for Edison. This one curls back post. That one headed away. Couple whistles blown. And it looks like a player down right now. Player down on Edison's side. It happened off camera. So Lesniak in the end zone right now. Just dealing with some pain. It looks like she's tapping at her knee, but we'll let the trainers check up on her. Go back to the Lucas and Clear Fork volleyball game as they check up on Lesniak. Scores 12-9 there. Both teams here at Crestview huddling up as Lesniak's taken care of. But some very competitive volleyball going on, as both teams starting their seasons, looking to try and get in the win column to start things off. It's always the most exciting time of the year right now, just because there's no wins or losses on your book, and you kind of write your own start. We're going to go ahead and listen live. My good pal Travis Berardi is going to take over as we get ready to start back again here at Crestview.
And finally, we're tied up. 12-all. Stover gets the deflection down. We're even again.
Just a little moment. Lesniak carried back to the bench. She is being tended to on that bench for Edison. That drop ball they had after the injury was in a favorable spot. I thought they were going to potentially get something off of it. But the Cougars recovered well. We see a long throw from Hill. Jordan looking for her teammate, couldn't quite connect. But the ball's won back. Good physicality, falling to the deck. Catherine Abshire. Cougars continuing to cook, and that will go out of bounds. Seen plenty more opportunities to break the tie, but it has not yet happened. Still sit 0-0. Both teams still looking for that first goal of the year. This will trickle out of bounds. Long throw in, Chargers. Bounce it over the top. Joy Jordan looking to get to the end of it. Heavy touch, good scoop. The freshman was ready for it. Between the sticks. What a start it would be to the career for Jocelyn Hetrick to keep a clean sheet if that can stay alive here for the next 22 minutes. Speaking of 22, here goes Lindsay Bright down the flank, but she just simply runs out of room. Long kick by Rogers. Resumes play. Olivia Grant on the ball. Marked tightly by that Edison defense, and it's a nicely done play by Peyton Koch. Up ahead, back to Bright, passed along. Passed to Grant in space. She'll look to curl with the left. That deflects off of the Chargers and out of bounds. Audrey Willis checks back in, number 18 for Crestview, subbing in for Shelby Bays. And a corner kick did not go as Crestview planned. Grant gets past two. Early cross over to Rogers. Easy scoop. Nice pass up the middle. Edison trying to open up the defense. Jordan can't get past her marker. Ball careens to a teammate. Kaylin Dickman. Tight pressure on her. Forced to pass back. And this will go into the box. Another effort. Here's the shot. Saved. Jocelyn Hetrick continuing to make solid saves. Grant down the line, big collision, keeps the ball in bounds. Under 20 minutes to go. Still scoreless here from the Cougars Den. And it looks like we're going to pause things here. There is an injury on the field, but also we are halfway through the second half, so it'll be a hydration break mixed in. So 19 more minutes for both of these teams to figure it out, try to get a score on the board, or else this will go down as a scoreless tie to start the year. So we're going to take this hydration break, and we're going to take it back over to Lucas for the conclusion of that game.
And the Lady Cubs are going to call a timeout. Clear Fork ready to go here. 4 points away. Lucas, 7 away. Quinn Stover with the serve. Mid-kick, off the tip and down, 21-19. If you take a look at the North Central State replay, back corner, just out. Oh, it was nearly an ace. That would have been huge. But yeah, that's the right call. Just outside the line, 22-19. Running dink too strong, 23-19. And Lucas will use their final timeout of the match. Clear Fork, 2 points away. Lucas won a close first set. Clear Fork won the second by 5 and are looking to finish off win number 1 on the season here.
Well, it looks like one more point to go there for Clear Fork to try and seal their first volleyball win of the season. Lucas going to talk things over and see if they can make a mighty fine comeback. But here we're going to come back after the hydration break between Crestview and Edison and see if we can see a goal by the end of this one. And starved for offense here in this game. Drop ball from the back four for Crestview, and we are back underway with 19 minutes to go. Kaylin Dickman has looked solid in her freshman debut, maintaining possession a number of times. Number 4 for Edison. Crestview's freshmen have also done a solid job considering most of them play in the back four, and this is still a 0-0 game. Ball lobbed over top. That will see if that stays in. No, it'll roll out of bounds just before Lady Cougars can get there. Belcher just lost it in the air. But fortunately, no damage done because of it. Another set for Crestview. Catherine Abshire returns to the contest. Long throw for the Cougars. Ends up at the platform of Bays. Tries to play it forward for her teammate Bright. Doesn't go exactly as planned. Edison right now just trying to kick it forward and see what else can happen. Just past midfield. This ball ends up with Jordan, but the knee touch goes a little out of reach. Jordan wins it back. Takes a bump, able to stay with it for the moment, and then ultimately taken away cleanly in the eyes of the officials by Crestview. Ball over the top. This could end up with Lindsey Bright. But a good backtrack. Mary Moon gets to the keeper who boots it away. Solid run from Hill. She wins a throw. Shelby Bays deflects that out of bounds. 15 minutes to go here in half number 2. First broadcast from Crestview High School on day 2 of the 2025-26 season. This ball kicked over the top. This could end up a solid target. Dickman down the line. Loses it, but the Chargers have a throw in their attacking third. Got a whistle on the far side. Looks like the ball just trickled out of bounds. And giving you another update from over at Lucas, it looks like the Cubs did pull off that comeback and win in 3 sets. So Lucas, if that update we have is true, will win their first game of the year, and Clear Fork falls to 0-1. But the Colts will have a chance to bounce back in the second game against Northmore. Joy Jordan, plenty of space to work. Scans the defense, gets past one. Continues her run to the far side and passes ahead. Dickman looking for something. Doesn't have much, ends up retreating back to Jordan, who's dispossessed. Both teams have 11.5 minutes to put something on the board. Chargers are the ones threatening right now as Edison sends a ball into the box. Sits nicely for Jordan. Falls in the box. No call. Good defense from the Cougars. Lady Cougar potential counterattack. Bright stays at the midfield line. She should be onside as she looks to make a run. Turns into the box. Cross. That one deflected away. And that'll go out for a corner. That's wise play from Lindsay to just stay at that midfield line, let the ball come to her, and just so she knows for a fact that she's not offside. And as the Cougars prepare for this corner, it looks like they'll bring in Bristol Collins, and they'll sub out Catherine Abshire. We'll see what they choose to do here with this corner. In swinging. That one hits off of Bright. No shot to be made. And they'll do it again. Kick from Maddie Klein. Ends up short. There's yet another corner. Ten minutes to go. Klein will try a third time. Low to the ground. That'll go side netting. So the Cougars get 3 tries on the corner kicks. None are successful. Still not at it. 0. This ball stay in bounds for Shelby Base. Klein makes her way up to join the attack. Ball through. This could go to either Cougar, but it ends up staying with the Chargers, who kick it out for a corner. So this will be their 4th corner in the last 2 minutes, but this one will be on the far side. Should be more comfortable for Klein unless she still decides to use the left foot. It looks like that's what she's going to do. This one low driven and off the side netting again. Eight minutes left here in the contest. Another Edison substitution. Looks like Becca Hauser will rejoin for the Chargers for the rest of this contest. This ball sent to Bright just over her head as she'll approach the defense. Able to win the ball back. Ball stays in, and it's a long throw for the Cougars. In the box, dangerous opportunity. Bays dispossessed. Still in bounds. Chargers looking to clear. They do. Richie, her first touch in a while, is a beautiful one over the top, but the flag is up, or in this case, the hand of the far side official to signal offsides. That official was right there on the spot. Long kick from the Cougars. This one over the top. Chance for Bright in the box. Shoots with the right, and it's in. And the Cougars season begins offensively with Lindsay Bright, the sophomore. Cougars 1, Chargers 0. And with 6 minutes to go, Edison will be scrambling for an answer. So Lindsay Bright with her first goal of the season. First for the Cougars in general. She gets a good ovation from the crowd as we are going again, and we'll see some aggression out of the Lady Chargers here for the next 6 minutes. Joy Jordan, able to stay with the ball, gets past 2 defenders, looking to try and get past the last, but can't quite do it. Hickey boots this clear after ball went last out on Edison. Continuing to work. Lobbed over the top, misses to the right, out of bounds. Now 4.5 minutes left for the Chargers to try and find something. So the Lady Cougars take the 1-0 lead. They're able to keep themselves from yet another scoreless draw. They had 2 of those last year. One against Norwalk, the other against Shelby. But they appear to be on the way to having something out of this season opener. Cougars with a goal kick. They'll take their time. Edison on the rush. Got to work their way down the field. Wicked bounce falls kindly to the Chargers. However, they can't get past that big defensive line that now has dropped back 7 to keep the Chargers away. Cougars desperately trying to hang on for an opening win. Just heard it over the PA. 2 minutes to go. The Cougars could be on their way to an opening win. Edison losing a lot of time in their defensive third. Ball ends up with Bristol Collins, who will take it ahead. And now we got a handball right at that 15-yard line as the freshman just extended the arm and could tell she didn't mean it, but it ended up hitting. And that'll be another free kick. And a lot of time going off the clock with a minute to go, and the Cougars will not be in a rush. Nice scoop by Rogers, however, and she's looking to go quick. Collins chases after it, and with about 30 seconds to go, Edison has still not been able to get it past midfield. And that rolls out in favor of Crestview, and they can start feeling it here at the Cougars Den. Will the goal from Lindsey Bright with 6 minutes to go be enough? Nobody's going after the ball. Keeper won't be able to get it out in time. And that will do it. For game one of this doubleheader, the Crestview Lady Cougars win their first opening season game since 2020. And the sophomore's the hero thanks to this play right here from Lindsey Bright. Just getting it past the keeper, Rogers. Going to the left side of the net. Your final of game one, Cougars 1, Edison Chargers 0. We'll take a break, come back with that MVP, the sophomore Lindsey Bright.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
game, and it's the hero today giving Crestview their first opening season win since 2020. Lindsey Bright, the sophomore, finding herself with a goal at the 6-minute mark. Just talk to me about the progression of this game. It goes scoreless for so long, and then right at the end, you're able to snatch it away from Edison. What did you see in that moment, and how are you feeling now?
It was mainly Devin Hickey. She hit a really good ball to me up in the corner, and then I saw that the goalie was in the far right side, so I hit it in the left.
Well, congratulations to you knocking in the first goal of your team's season. That ends up being the winner. Just talk about this group and how you guys have prepared the last couple of weeks coming into today and being able to start your year with a win.
I think that we've been bonding pretty well. Everyone's been playing really well together. This team is like a bunch of good girls. I feel like we're going to have a good season this year.
All right, well, the question now becomes, are you going to stick around and watch the fellas, see if they can get a win against Edison today?
Yeah, I probably will.
Absolutely, great to hear. So, Lindsey, just talk to me about the momentum that this win will bring you guys as you move along in the season to start the year.
I think this win will push us to our next win, and hopefully we get a bunch more after that.
All right, Lindsey, congratulations. Final question for you. Look into that camera. Give a shout-out to whoever you want.
I want to shout out God for letting us be here, my family, my friends, my team. They did amazing today. Thank you.
All right, Lindsey, congratulations to you on the win, and we'll see you next time.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Time for your post-game show, brought to you by Sutton Bank. This won't be the last you hear from us. In about 15 minutes, the boys will get this doubleheader finished up. They're warming up right now out on the field, but to recap that girls' game, the Lady Cougars come out with a 1-0 win, got more shots up on the board, weren't on goal quite as much as Edison was in this one, but they got the one, and that's all that matters to get themselves their first win of the season. They just surpassed them in possession as well. A very even game across the board, but the aggression shows for the Cougars as they win this one 1-0. Edison Falls loses their first game of the year. They will look to bounce back later on in this one next week. They play on the 18th against Eastwood. On the 19th, Crestview will be back in action on the road against Loudonville. That'll do it for us here today. My name's Jonathon Langdon, your producer Adam Thompson, Brandon Powell, your camera operator here today. We will be right back in 10 minutes for the start of the boys' game. Don't go anywhere. Live and free on the OH Report.